A tall, old man, a wandering traveler wearing a cloak with a flowing beard and one eye. This is Odin, the great god of Norse mythology, god of war, death, and poets. Odin the All-Father, also called Wotan or Woden, from whom we get our word Wednesday, Woden's Day. Here is his story. Before anything existed, there was only Ginnungagap, a dark emptiness. Out of this nothingness came the two realms, Niflheim, filled with ice, frost, and fog, and Muspelheim, filled with raging fires. The first frost giant, or Jotun, Ymir, came into being when the fires of Muspelheim touched the ice of Niflheim. He was the first living thing that came into existence in the universe. He then went on to create and give birth to the other giants and Jotnar. The water dripping from the frozen rivers also created a cosmic cow, Othumla. Although unclear of its origin, records say that when Othumla licked a block of salt for nourishment on the third day, the first god Buri was born. His son Bor then married Ymir's daughter Besla and gave birth to the gods Odin, Vili, and Ve. When Ymir turned evil, Odin led his brothers to slay him to bring order back into the universe. Together, the brothers trapped Ymir and killed him. When he fell, his flood of blood also drowned the other frost giants. The 9 realms were created from the dead body of the first frost giant. His hair shaped into the trees, his blood became the seas, and his broken bones became the mountains. Odin and his brothers created the sky with Ymir's skull and the clouds from his brains, while his eyelashes made Midgard, or Middle-earth, home of humankind. After he and his brothers reshaped the giant into the 9 realms and Earth, Odin proclaimed himself its ruler along with his brothers and became the deity of creation. They also ruled over the Aesir, the tribe of gods and goddesses in Asgard. The Great Hall of Valhalla in Asgard was Odin's throne room and Lidskaf, his high throne, from which he could watch over the whole world. Odin has been represented in literature as the protector of heroes, and all those who fall bravely on the battlefield are said to join him in Valhalla, his golden hall of heroes in Asgard. His weapon of choice was his spear, Gungnir, the Spear of Heaven. Also known as the Swaying One, it was a 3-pronged spear that only the worthy could wield. It was created by the most skillful dwarves in the universe and was carved with runes on its point. Because of this, it never missed its target. Gungnir was an ancient weapon made of Uru metal, a metal unique to Asgard. Being the god of the dead, Odin was a master of necromancy. He could talk to the dead and even bring them to life. Odin became the god of poets after stealing the meat of poetry. He could not only speak in poems, but could also grant to others the ability to compose poems. This gave him the power to inspire others through his speech, which came in handy when motivating soldiers on the battlefield. He was known to act outside of the conventions, making him the patron god of outlaws and wanderers. He wandered the worlds in the guise of a traveler, always in search of new knowledge. The All-Father was a shapeshifter and adventured across the 9 realms unobserved and unrecognized. He was always looking for adventure, war, and wisdom. He was a fierce warrior and considered war the ultimate test of humankind. He determined the victors of a battle and gave counsel to the warriors. Odin was known as the greatest magicians amongst the Aesir gods, with a vast knowledge of runes and a powerful shaman, which gained him respect as the head of the Norse pantheon. Odin married Frigg, the queen of Asgard. She was the goddess of love, marriage, fertility, and motherhood. Together they bore 2 sons, Baldur and Hod. Odin had several children out of wedlock, including Thor, Hoder, Hermod, Tyr, Brehi, Heimdall, Vidar, and Vali. Odin had several trusted companions. His wolves, Geri and Freki, symbolized loyalty, protection, and bravery. They followed Odin into every battle. His ravens, Hugin and Munin, symbolizing thought and memory, were his spies that flew across the world to collect and report information back to Odin. His magical horse, Sleipnir, with 8 legs and rune-inscribed teeth, gave him the ability to gallop over the oceans and in the air. Odin was also accompanied to war by the Valkyries, an elite army of supernatural warrior women who also served him by carrying the bravest warriors into Valhalla with the help of Geri and Freki. Sacrifice has always been a vital aspect of Norse tradition, as only with sacrifice can one gain something. Odin was always unsatisfied with the knowledge he possessed. In his relentless pursuit of wisdom, he chose to sacrifice one of his eyes in exchange for the ability to see and understand everything in the world. Sacrificing his eye in Mimir's well, Odin threw himself onto his spear Gungnir. He then hung himself on Yggdrasil, the world tree, for 9 whole days and nights. In return, he was gifted with the ability to understand runes and given secret wisdom. This made him one of the most accomplished beings in the universe. This is also why Odin has only one eye. Ragnarok is the prophesied end of the world and of everything in it, including the gods. It hasn't happened yet, but it will. Odin is predestined to be defeated by the giant wolf Fenrir, the son of Loki, and will be swallowed whole on the day of Ragnarok, when all of Asgard will also be engulfed in flames. Odin and the other gods will try to prevent the coming of Ragnarok, but it will all be futile, as the end will come. Although prepared, the Battle of Ragnarok will be the last for Asgard, and the final battle for Odin, the Allfather. Odin is the most powerful of the gods, but he's also a wandering magician. He's the Allfather, but he's not all-knowing. He's the god of war, but he will be defeated in battle. Odin is a complex and varied god, perhaps the most complex god in all of mythology. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our related videos on Norse mythology to learn more.